Man, I was talking about on the last video, I start mentioning a law. People really have a hard time understanding federal law, rules, state law. You start mentioning that, people start fighting and they want to argue. And there's nothing I don't say that I can't back up with facts and figures. And you start asking these people that are fighting with me a question and they don't know the answers. I do. I took the time to read and understand that Congress passed like the Federal Motor Carrier Act and the Surface Transportation Recertification Act. That's how we got MAP 21. MAP 21 isn't in your FMCSA handbook. It's not in there. It's an act of Congress. The enforcing of the rules of MAP 21 is in your FMCSA handbook. So like Congress will pass the Recertification Act next September, and they put FAT in there. And that's what they did with MAP 21. They put these new hours and service for the electronic logbook in a recertification bill. And when they did that, the Cattlemen's Association was like, oh, you can't do that to us. So the Cattlemen's Association drove right past the FMCSA because they didn't pass law. They can't pass law. That's just rules in an FMCSA handbook. It's just rules. Congress passes laws. So the Cattlemen's Association drove right past the FMCSA office up to the doorstep of Congress and said, you're going to have to make another rule, another act just for cattle haulers since you did that. And they did. There's an agricultural exception passed by Congress, not the FMCSA. They don't have the power. You know what Congress has never done? Congress has never passed a law or rule in any bill or act or motor carrier act saying that you have to read, write, or speak English. Congress has never passed it, ever. Because I'm going to tell you, just till recently, the English language has never been the primary language of the United States. Never. Donald Trump just made that happen. He just made English the language of America. Just recently. Congress has never passed a law saying that you have to read, write, and speak English. The FMCSA has. The safety has. So all as I was trying to say in the last video, because they have never passed a law like that, and just because you see that rule in the FMCSA handbook, I promise you, there is the United States Congress has never passed a law. They only have a rule. And that's how the FMCSA is allowing to write memorandums to all the states saying don't enforce this law because Congress never told them to do it. That's the only way that's possible. That's the only way the FMCSA is allowed to write a memorandum saying, hey, Arkansas, don't enforce the not reading, writing, and speaking English rule. They're allowed to do that because Congress never passed a law. And my video was saying, hey, we have a chance to put this in a surface transportation recertification bill that's coming up this September. We can put that in there as FAT, saying that you have to read, write, and speak English from the United States Congress. FMCSA can't do a thing because it's law, not a rule. That's all I was trying to do. But people want to fight, man. And I'm just trying to help the industry. Have a good day.